Now, before we get into the actual analyzation of gameplay itself, I want to go down the list of things that I have that I've collected through research that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will have. This will go through the controls, the story mode, what the game has to offer, as far as training modes, as well as miscellaneous things. From what we know now, I will name off everything that I know. I'll try to keep it as accurate as possible. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I kind of want to make this a short and sweet video, but I'm going to name everything off from top to bottom that we know. So, every character that we have so far: Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, the Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Ultron, Rocket Raccoon. On the Capcom side, Chun-Li, Chris Redfield, Mega Man X, Morgan, Ryu, Sigma, and Strider Hiryu. It has a story mode, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Its story will last for a total of 2 hours, from what I can find. The training mode will be similar to past games. However, it seems that it will be a bit more generous in teaching players how to use their character properly. Mission modes will also teach characters nuances, it will teach people nuances of the actual game. So what I can tell, and I've seen it a lot, they're going to be a bit more helpful than they have been in the past when teaching characters how to play this game. Seeing as it is a new button format, I can understand that and respect that a lot. Characters will have intros similar to previous game. As I said before, the button format for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will resemble that of past Marvel games, such as the first Marvel vs. Capcom or even Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It'll be, like I said, a 4-button fighter with a light punch, a heavy punch, a light kick, and a heavy kick. The other 2 buttons will be designated for Infinity Stones and swapping out assist. You can also perform automatic combos, but they will essentially do the same damage as manual combos. The max amount of meter you can stock up is limited to 4 now. Can break out of combo strings now, but in order to break, you will need to spend 2 bars of meter. To do launchers in this game, some characters will have specific button layouts, specific moves to do launchers. This is very reminiscent, like I said, of older games, so you will have to learn your character's specific moves. There are no half circle or charge motions for supers. Most special moves will be done by quarter circle or downward double tap. This is interesting to me. Each character has their own separate health bar, with characters not currently tagged in recovering a portion of their health. So this is the same like in previous games. Now, I don't know for certain, and I was trying to find out, if one character dies, is that the end of the match, kind of like Street Fighter vs. Cross Tekken did, or is it once one character dies, then you can kind of have the magnificent comeback? Which is another interesting thing. I couldn't actually find out if the ability to use X Factor or some equivalent will be in this game, so I'll have to find out more about that, or maybe something else will come out explaining that. There are happy birthdays in this game if you do poor tag assists, so similar as in previous games, you can screw up royally. There are advanced guards in this game, and you can also reflect projectiles if you can get the right timing. This, however, doesn't work on what it says here is Iron Man's Unibeam. Dashing is still a thing in this game. Infinity Stones have their own bonus ability in Super, which can be basically activated halfway through, Infinity Stones, what it appears to be, it seems like those will be your X Factors, depending on what you pick. Now, I was looking for its own thing itself, but I do actually like that a lot. I think X Factor in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was not busted, but it had its own way of being a little jaded, whereas one character could essentially slaughter a 3-person team when in the right hand. So this is their way, I think, of balancing it out. I'm pretty sure that's why they haven't mentioned anything besides Infinity Stones, because with one other character and an Infinity Stone, you pretty much have your tools and you have to use them as thus in the most effective way possible. Infinity Stone meter will be filled by only getting hit and using Infinity Stone abilities. Hulk has a new dash move. He can perform a wall jump similar to Chun-Li. Morgan has a new aerial special moves that produce a blade below her. Strider has a new slash move he can perform as a wall climb. Cap has a new second shield throw which throws the shield above and in front of him before it boomerangs back. Captain America has a new counterattack which I could remember specifically from his trailer. It is also a low and high variant. Thor has a new hammer toss move. He can essentially throw Mjolnir across the screen, and he can also charge it similar and or differently than last time. So that's essentially all I can name off at the moment without getting too far off skew. Now, like I said, some of these things may or may not change. I've tried to check multiple sources to make sure that this information was as accurate as it can be, but as I said, things can change. This game isn't coming out till September. I'm sure we'll figure out a bit more and decipher it ourselves from the gameplay analysis. So, let's see if we can find a few things that are different and or that we've already mentioned, and then we can go in a bit more in depth with them. From the first trailer that we essentially have Thor doing his mighty spark and his new hammer toss, which appears it can be charged, but it is invincible to level 3 supers. That is something that will be carrying over from other games. Supers will trump normal attacks. Hawkeye has a new level 3 from what we can see. The costume is different as we can see. He also has his same, what it appears to be his same arrow attacks. Now he doesn't appear to have net arrow. He has a new laser arrow attack that appears to go straight up, similar to his kind of bomb arrow that was in the game that would stick in the ground. Thor has his similar level 3, his mighty punish. What it appears to be is a lot of the moves are the same, but they go by new names. Hulk has his similar button combos like past games, and a lot of everything appears to be OTGable as in the past. Now, whether it will be easier and more accessible, like I said, Capcom mentioned a lot, they're going to try to do a lot more with missions in this game, teaching people how to know their character well as game mechanics that is very welcome, if I do say so. Strider has a lot similar Strider has a lot of similar things. Now his Ouroboros combo, it appears to be a little bit easier as it was, more so in the past. More so than past games, but like I said, we'll only know that for sure once the game is out. Now, when Power Stone is out, a lot more damage is done on characters, as we can plainly see. Chris has his 3-hit command normal. His I forget. I'm not quite familiar with the name, but I remember his 3-hit body check or body attack. His knife attacks appear to be different. A lot of similarities which make you feel welcome back into this game. Similar to Injustice 2, like I said, a lot of things are the same but manipulated in slightly different ways. Now, Ultron appears to be his own character with a good balance of rush down and also zoning from what I can see. I did not notice before with Chris is that he has 3 bullets above his name, or below his name, that I'm not quite sure what they'll be. If I recall, he had a revolver attack from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and that might be bullets referring to that because it was a pretty staggering attack that would launch a player full screen, so it might be related to that. If not that, I'd think a new attack. Something else to mention as well, you will be able to switch more than one character in a combo, so you essentially use one character, combo, switch back to the other, and switch back to the other. There is no essential limit of how many times you can switch. That is also another thing I wanted to mention. You can set up ambiguous mix-ups and shenanigans as in previous games. However, it will be different, so you will be able to tag mix-up. Another is also the Space Stone. It is essentially a trap card. You cannot move outside that zone, which is extremely devastating and controlling. How balanced that will be, it is unclear, but it is extremely cool to look at. Having the ability to trap someone, what is essentially a box, is very, very difficult, especially with a lot of characters that may or may not already have good tools to keep you pinned down as is. It seems though a lot of characters either have an air grab or command grab. It is unclear to be sure, but having the ability to combo for more grabs, it appears to be you can command grab with a lot of different characters, including Ultron. Ultron himself as a character looks very, very interesting and a well added addition. I'm quite frankly looking forward to using it myself. The ability to advance guard in this game is still prevalent. It looks like it pushes them back a little bit more. You can still be punished very easily if you are baited out. That is something I'm very excited to see. Thor never could. His launcher cancel into his command grab. Now you could do that from his Mighty Smash moves as well as air combos, but that is something that is excruciatingly excruciatingly exciting. I'm really, really happy you can do that as a Thor player. Thor has the same godly elbow drops as before. And another thing about Thor, his normals seem to be a lot faster. Now, yes, I was going to say the screen color changes a lot differently than before. And another thing, before I go back into Thor, the ability to tag in your character and have them knock you out of the sky, which is essentially your combo break. Now, whether that can be baited out to basically turn the tides on somebody who may break a combo, or excuse me, break your combo that you're currently in, to put them out to a happy birthday someone is unclear. The time zone being able to basically move faster. It seems you are invulnerable to grabs too, from what I can tell. Oh, before I went on that skew, going back to Thor, his normals are a lot faster than in previous game. Thor didn't have particularly good pokes in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I'm glad to see that he has much better buttons. I'm hoping they're also a bit faster. Now, the ability to use the Power Stone tool is not limited, and you only build a meter from doing that and or getting hit. You can switch your player actively if you are in the middle of a move, similar to Marvel, or excuse me, not Marvel vs. Capcom, Cross Tekken. If you do want to make a move safe, you can in fact trade in your partner, which is a very useful tool into keeping you safe. However, it will cost you some meter. Thor also appears to have a new level 3, which is extremely sick to look at. Now, he did not particularly have a level 3 in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Holy shit, though. It is really cool to see Thor bring down the thunder. That is definitely a favorite one of mine. Accessibility to combos looks very, very cool. Chun-Li also has a different level 3. I don't think she actually had one in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I think she had a level 1 or 3 different level 1s. Now, I'm not particularly familiar with Chun-Li, so I may be wrong about that, but I do know that is a new super move. And that's it, really. I'm glad I went over it myself because I wanted to see everything top to bottom and slow down and be able to look at it frame for frame and just basically see everything, because until September comes out, God, I'm anticipating this a lot. But Injustice is on the way, so that'll have to whet my appetite up until the point of when Marvel vs. Capcom comes out. So guys, I want to thank you for sticking with me and watching this video. I hope you liked it. If there's anything I missed, or if there's anything you want to add, if you want to tell me I did a terrible job, if you want to tell me my voice sucks, or whether you want to play some matches, then, or when Marvel vs. Capcom comes out, or anything at all, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments, whatever it is or whatever it may be. I hope you have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for spending time here to go over Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. There is a lot of shit happening, and there's only more to come, because those aren't the only 2 fighting games that are coming out. With Tekken 7 and Guilty Gear Rev 2, there is essentially a whole season filled with exciting shit, and I am so ready for it. So I'll see you next time, guys and gals. Take care. Arrivederci.